There are a ton of items in the Tarkov world, and I know it's confusing to you Timmies out there to know which items are actually worth money and which ones aren't. After this quick guide, you'll no longer be a poor Timmy, but a rich Timmy instead. And before I start the list, I have a tip for you to keep in mind every time you do a money run. A lot of people live by this one simple rule, and it's 10k a slot. And that means if an item only takes up one slot, it has to be at least 10,000 to stay in your inventory. Now here's my list in a top 10 fashion of some of the best items to loot for money in Tarkov. Now number 10, it's a little controversial because some people don't like carrying the extra weight, but number 10 is going to be fuel tanks. Whether you like the Expeditionary, which is the little blue one, or you like the metal fuel tank, each one is going to provide you a good amount of money. Even the small one at 100k gives you 25k a slot because it takes up 4 slots. And with metal fuel tanks, they're going for about 180,000, and I have seen them go higher, which puts them at around 28,000 a slot and even more. And you can find both of these inside of sports bags, dead scavs, hidden stashes, and technical supply crates. And at number 9, we have E-motors. Each one goes for about 100,000, and that puts them at about 25,000 a slot, which you can find these inside of sports bags, dead scavs, stashes, and technical supply crates. Now for number 8, I put streamer items. Now these come in a variety of different prices, and most of them are very good for their price per slot. There's only a handful of streamer items that aren't that great, like the Sprats, the Glorious E-Mask, John B sunglasses, Devil Dog Mayo, and Dr. Disrespect's vest. Now these do pull in a little bit, but they're not as much per slot. They're going to be anywhere below 10,000. And you can find a majority of streamer items inside of sports bags, filing cabinets, jackets, dead scavs, and AI scavs, and stashes. Now at number 7, I have pressure gauges. These go for 43k. They hover around this price on the flea market, but to therapists they usually sell for 38,000, which puts them at 19,000 a slot, which is still pretty decent. You can find these in sports bags, toolboxes, dead scavs, stashes, and technical supply crates. And at number 6, I have water filters. Right now they're going for around 40k, which still puts them at 20,000 a slot. But these do shoot up all the way to 80k, and I've seen them go up to 100, 120 later on in the wipe. So these are kind of an investment if you want to hold on to any for right now. You can find these inside of sports bags, toolboxes, dead scavs, and stashes. And a real quick side note, less than 1% of people watching are subscribed.
What the heck?
If you could, click that button right below the video. It helps me out a ton and pushes it out to more people who may also need the help. Thank you, and back to the list. Now at number 5, I have Bulbexes and pipe grip wrenches, and these are pretty similar in price. The Bulbex being 65k to vendor and the pipe grip wrench being 82,000 to vendor. With them being 2 slotters, they go for around 32k to 41k a slot, which is really good for their size. And you can find these inside of sports bags, toolboxes, dead scavs, stashes, and technical supply crates. Now for number 4, I have Squash. Right now they're going for about 20,000 on flea, but I have seen them go all the way up to 40,000, which is still 40,000 a slot. You can find these inside of stashes, dead scavs, ration supply crates, sports bags, and suitcases. Now for number 3, I have Pro Kill medallions. There's not too many on the flea market right now, so they're at a super high price, but majority of the time they're going to be around 60 to 65,000. And with them being a 1 slotter, that's going to be how much they are a slot. These are also really good to put in your secure container because to vendor them, they are 53,000, so it's still a really good price per slot. You can find these inside of safes, sports bags, dead scavs, suitcases, and stashes. Now at number 2, we have Sugar. This one's another investment because right now they're only hovering at around 30,000 a slot, but I have seen these go all the way to 50,000 over the course of a wipe. So you might want to bulk up on these. You can find these inside of stashes, dead scavs, ration supply crates, sports bags, and suitcases. And finally at number 1, I have Thermite. These always hover around 90 to 110,000 a slot. You can put them inside of your secure container and they're worth about 30k to vendor in case if you die. You can find these inside of sports bags, dead scavs, stashes, and technical supply crates. A lot of these items can also be found on the ground in most of the maps, and if you'd like to see a video on that, let me know in the comments. And if you want to see where to find good loot on streets without getting into too dangerous spots, go ahead and check out my Scav Run playlist right here. As always, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.